Yeah, I've had some
And
experiences.
so that's kind of like dovetailed in a little.
Yeah, that was later in life after
Yeah,
this
okay.
point.
So this isn't uncommon for you.
No.
Okay. Has this been an uncommon experience for you, or you have seen
Well,
things since?
to have it happen twice to me, I'm thinking, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
But
Oh, what's right with you?
what's right with me?
Yeah.
And but I also had some Native American experiences training with the shaman, and he said I was very powerful. And later, during that time period in the 90s, and a friend of mine and I were working, developing a business, and then I was introduced to the shaman, and then one of a friend of mine, her daughter came down with cancer, and she called and said, "What can we do? Can you help out herbally?" And I said, "I can, but I'm not going to counter what a doctor says, but I can recommend herbs
Right.
and essential oils."
So you've had training in that.
Yes, I have my bachelor's degree in, they call it natural nutrition, which covers foods, of
Right.
course,
Right.
but herbs and essential oils.
Did you also get a, what did they call it when you get a bachelor's of nursing? Is that what it's called, a bachelor's in nursing?
It's a no, it's a bachelor's degree in natural health or natural nutrition.
No. Did you also, because you're a nurse?
Otherwise, I had my associates. I got my bachelor's degree in nursing. I got my master's degree in nursing.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So you're not just a fly by night.
Well, sometimes.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm
Depending on the night.
yeah.
All right. Now you're up here. You won't say where, but in northern Arizona.
Yes.
Have you noticed other things up here?
Go ahead, Vaughn. No, because we were sitting out here because we love to sit on our porch.
Sure.
And
Beautiful.
beautiful. And it was it dark or just going dark? It was just going dark. I mean, it was dusky. Something buzzing my ear, but it was dusky. And so I asked Terry, I said, "Terry, do you see like little lights, like round little lights in the trees behind us?"
And we always ask each other, to make sure we're seeing what we're seeing, say it's confirmation.
Yes. And so she was sitting facing this way more, but she turned and looked, and she said, "Yes, Mom, I see those
Little orbs.
There were three little orbs in the tree."
Could have been fireflies or
No, bigger.
Junebug lanterns or
No. And we're remote.
right.
And so there was no one around. It wasn't like someone with a flashlight.
Sure.
And they were there for quite a while.
Yeah, just sitting on the, in the pine tree on the stems,
Yeah. And every once in a while they change positions.
You've seen what the old Celtics would have called fairy lights.
Okay.
This kind of experience has gone back thousands of years, what you're describing. Have you seen other craft, objects, strange things in the sky around you besides the little lights?
There's always strange things going on in the skies everywhere. And I feel they always are watching us, because there's no way that an aircraft can travel and go from one spot to another like they do.
Like,
And
have you seen something strange like that?
oh yeah. Yeah, they do go in the skies.
Okay.
It's not like a time thing. It's just when you're out here on the patio and you're looking out, and there's definitely activity in the sky.
And it's not a shooting star or
Or a satellite.
More like a slow moving thing and then it zips off, or is
so it could do both.
It'll sit still and then it'll zip.
And then all of a sudden, gone.
Yeah.
Don't know where. Yeah. And like the orbs that we had back in the
Mhm.
pine trees, fairy thing.
Yeah.
Yes, fairy lights. They were there for quite a while. And so we're watching them as they're watching us, and we're talking. Maybe they wanted to join the conversation. What are they talking about? What are these humanoids talking about?
That is.
But then They were gone.
Okay.
They just gone.
Maybe they were checking up on you.
Yeah.
No.
That
Yeah.
could be.
The reason I asked you to remind me, there's something called remote viewing, which I don't know if you've ever heard of, but remote viewing is where, and with the disclosure files coming out, this is a big deal. The CIA and other black ops agencies have presumably, along with other folks, done what we would in the old days called astral projection, where people could both cast their minds and see faraway places, both here and elsewhere on like the moon, Mars, etc. One of the other things is time becomes extremely fluid, and if you're starting to talk about traveling between stars, you have to be able to have some form of that affects time and space as well as space. Maybe they saw something, and you guys were, as I was joking much earlier, you're simply chosen. That they are keeping an eye on you. Maybe they decided you, as you said, they're watching over you. Do you ever feel like, um, yeah, they're still hanging out around me?
Oh, always, always. If I feel that the traffic is heavy and I feel nervous, like there might be a wreck coming up or something, I do call upon them. It might sound silly or something, but I, do call upon them
Yeah.
and ask the Sky Brothers to watch over
Would you
me.
say you're what we used to call psychically sensitive? Have you noticed things that pop up and okay, and that means yes, and yes, okay, okay.
I would have described me that way,
Mhm,
but I'm more aware,
mhm,
and especially through all the training that I've had, not
mhm,
just nursing, and what I've
mhm.
experienced in hospice.
You were telling me earlier. We can talk about that later.
Yeah,
He's actually gone down to where was it? Peru, Brazil, where?
The rainforest in South America, Iquitos, and
Okay,
then a long journey in a boat.
okay. And so you've had some of those experiences
yes.
with that. As we're getting ready to wrap up, is there anything that either one of you would like to add or think I didn't ask, or is there something else that you just want to blurt out?
Well, yeah, I'll blurt out another experience
Okay,
if you'd like me
sure.
to. And this was in the 2000, say, 5 area.
So about 20 years ago.
Yeah, in the North Phoenix area in the
Mhm,
mountains
mhm.
and during some shaman training and with another shaman.
Okay.
And
No, it's the same one that your mom was.
no, this is a
No.
separate
Okay.
issue with me and myself
Okay.
out there in the desert.
Okay.
And I would camp out and do different things. And we had a sweat lodge and we would do sweats out there and cleansings and things like that because it was right next to the river.
Mhm.
And so uh, I was doing a lot of healing because I had gotten injured. And so I had a lot of issues with my spine and weakness and everything.
Mhm.
And I had to overcome that.
Sure.
So,
And she was also diagnosed with lupus.
yeah, with lupus and fibromyalgia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so with all that said, I was going through healing also out there on the land, is what I say. And so one evening, I wasn't feeling so well. So instead of sleeping under the stars on the sand like I normally would do, I went into one of the caves and I laid out in there and there's sidewinders and snakes and rattlers and all that out there, but they never bothered me, because I had no, and there was a lot of them. But they mind their own, and I was with peace and no harm to the land, so sure, it was good. So as I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden I see outside the cave, as I'm laying inside the cave, I see a bright light, and so I'm like, huh. Are they coming to visit me or what?
Right.
There's a whole other experience here I've never had.
Right.
And so I see the bright light, and within probably 30 seconds or so, 60 seconds, uh, I see this hologram,
Hmm.
Sky Brother, inside the cave, only 2 feet from me, standing there, approximately, 5 foot tall in a hologram. So it was a bluish color because it's a hologram situation. I'm like, hmm. So whenever I seen something like that, it's an experience I see, but at the same time, I tell my mind everything's okay, and I sort of ignore it, and it did it. You stayed it stay, and then it's a duration of probably 15 minutes, and then it left, and everything was fine. I felt fine, and there was no repercussions from it, no harm done.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you offered no harm, none was offered by you.
yes,
You offered an open hand, and it was extended back.
yeah,
In that sense.
yeah.
No, no, and everybody's going to be going, "Oh, this is a bunch of baloney." Um, so, have you ever experienced when you've dealt with your what you call Sky Brothers? Have you ever had somebody else who could corroborate or say, "Yeah, I saw that too,"
Oh yeah, there was another person with me in the cave. They can
Oh, really?
also, yeah,
and they also saw it?
yes, they
Okay.
also saw this, and that was the other shaman that was with me.
Okay,
So
and later on, did you talk about it?
yeah, I asked them, why a hologram? And the response there is because that is their protection on how they come down to confront a non-judgmental person.
Right.
Because you have to be judgment free because every thought rips them apart. So it's not,
Oh, really?
yes,
So our thoughts
very, very
can have
sensitive.
an physical or some kind of impact on them.
Absolutely. And so when they come down through the hologram, they can receive what information they want to receive, see what they want to see, but they're not getting
Okay.
like a cat scratching you, ripped apart,
Right. Right.
So
No ghosties are
yeah, so to have that contact with them without the hologram feature or without some kind of protective material over them,
Mm.
it is very dangerous for them here on Earth.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, there's so much more we could talk about, but I really want to thank both of you for being open and funny and having a great sense of humor, but also just your openness. So thank you very much. Nancy, Terry, my videographer over here. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate everything you've done and good. Remember, you know, we have to, as they say, keep our eyes in the skies.
Yes, right.
Be good.
Yes,
And
good,
we
happy, good thoughts.
somebody is watching out, at least for you guys. And we'll keep our minds open for those who may have a little more data experience.
Yes. Well, and I've never felt any fear. And thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
You'll up. Thank you. God.